Good afternoon, students. In the previous video, we learned about the emergency and its consequence. Now, in this video, we will discuss regarding the controversies related to emergency. Due to the different viewpoints of people about the imposition of emergency, it is the most debatable and controversial topic of Indian politics. So many people, they supported Indian National Congress and they were in the favor of emergency, but a large section of the Indian country was against of the imposition of emergency. They gave their viewpoints regarding in favor and in against of emergency. The emergency gave dictatorial power to a democratically elected government. As you know that in 1971 election, the government of Indira Gandhi was elected by the people of India. But in 1975, the elected government became a dictatorship government. The Shah Commission declared emergency as a period of crossing the bounds by the government. Now come to the topic that Shah Commission. This commission was appointed by Janata Party after winning the election of 1977. Now let us explain about Shah Commission. Shah Commission was a commission of inquiry appointed by the government of India in 1977 to inquire into all the excesses committed in the Indian emergency during 1975 to 1977. So there are 2 or 3 questions regarding this, that who appointed the Shah Commission? First, the Janata Party. When? In 1977. Why? To check the misuse of power made by the government of Indira Gandhi. It was headed by, now who was the head of this commission? J.C. Shah, a former Chief Justice of India. Next topic is that why emergency or the necessity of emergency. The constitution simply mentioned internal disturbances as the reason for declaring emergency. Yeah, there is 2 provisions under which the national emergency can be imposed over the country because of the external and the internal reason. Before 1975, emergency was never proclaimed on this ground. Yeah, it was the first time when the emergency was imposed due to the internal disturbances. We have noted that agitations were going on in many parts of the country. Was this reason enough for declaring emergency? As we discussed already that the student movement in Bihar and Gujarat was against of the inflation and the bad policies of the government. So was this reason can justify the imposition of emergency? Communist Party of India believed that there was an international conspiracy against the unity of India. Communist Party of India, what it said that it was a conspiracy, एक षड्यंत्र है, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय षड्यंत्र है against the unity of India. It means that भारत की एकता को तोड़ने के लिए it believed that in such circumstances some restrictions on agitations were justified. ऐसे में अगर विरोध के ऊपर अगर कुछ प्रतिबंध लगाए जाते हैं तो वो न्यायोचित है. तो कुछ राजनीतिक दल जो कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ में थे, जैसे कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया, उन्होंने भी इस चीज़ का समर्थन किया कि भारत देश की एकता के खिलाफ जो षड्यंत्र हो रहे हैं, द कॉन्स्पायरेसी विच टुक प्लेस बाय द इंटरनेशनल कंट्री, दैट मस्ट बी एंड. द क्रिटिक्स ऑफ द इमरजेंसी आर्ग्ड, जो आलोचक है इमरजेंसी के, वो क्या कहते हैं? दैट एवर सिंस द फ्रीडम मूवमेंट इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स हैड ए हिस्ट्री ऑफ पॉपुलर स्ट्रगल. या इट इज़ फैक्ट दैट इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स हैड ए पॉपुलर स्ट्रगल. बहुत से ऐसे स्ट्रगल हो चुके थे आज से पहले भी, लेकिन तब तक किसी ने भी हमारे देश के अंदर नेशनल इमरजेंसी ड्यू टू इंटरनल डिस्टर्बेंसेस इम्पोज नहीं किया था. पीपल हैड द राइट टू पब्लिकली प्रोटेस्ट अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट. एज यू नो, 6 फंडामेंटल राइट्स वी हैव इन द बेसिक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. देयर वर 7 फंडामेंटल राइट्स. राइट टू प्रॉपर्टी वॉज रिमूव्ड. सो राइट टू स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन, it is the part of article 19, and you know article 19 is the part of right to freedom which is given by article 19 to 22. So it is the prime responsibility or it is the right of a people to speak against the bad policies of the government. The government held the view that the elected government must be allowed to run the country. On contrary, people, they had different view related to emergency, but the people said that it is the right of ours to protest, but the government said that the democratically elected government must allowed to run the country. The opposition and public at large held the view that people dissatisfied have right to protest against the policies of the government. जितने भी विपक्षी दल थे और जो जनता थी, उन्होंने कहा कि अगर जनता परेशान है किससे लेकर, पॉलिसीज ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट को लेकर, तो ये उनका एक मौलिक अधिकार है कि वो इसके खिलाफ क्या कर सकते हैं, प्रोटेस्ट कर सकते हैं. नाउ विच स्टेप्स वर टेकन बाय द इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस टू मेक emergency as a success? To make emergency a success, there were cases reported of mass arrest of political workers. बहुत से राजनीतिक लोगों को जेल में डाल दिया गया, उन्हें डिटेन कर लिया गया, हिरासत में ले लिया गया. कंपल्सरी स्टेरिलाइजेशन फॉर पॉपुलेशन कंट्रोल, एंड स्पेशली दिस स्टेरिलाइजेशन वॉज डन इन द नॉर्थ इंडिया. नसबंदी की गई, जनसंख्या नियंत्रण के नाम पर लोगों की नसबंदियां की गई, और ये जो अमानवीय इनह्यूमन एक्टिविटी हुई वो स्पेशली कौन से इंडिया में हुई थी, नॉर्थ इंडिया में हुई थी. कस्टोडियल डेथ, हिरासत में मौत, एंड टॉर्चर, लोगों को मारा पीटा गया. ऑल दीज वर द स्टेप्स वर टेकन बाय द इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस टू मेक सक्सेस emergency in our country. Next, the topic that what happened during emergency. The government said that it wanted to use the emergency to bring law and order. The prime objective behind the emergency was to maintain law and order in the country. Implement the pro-poor welfare programs. For this purpose, the government led by Indira Gandhi announced a 20-point program and declared its determination to implement this program. So, to make emergency justify, Indian National Congress said that it is necessary to impose emergency to maintaining law and order and for giving more and more benefits to the poor people. That was the reason that on this behalf Indian National Congress tried to justify the emergency on our country. For this, the Indira Gandhi, the 20-point program included land reforms, land redistribution, review of agricultural wages, eradication of bonded labor. All these were the steps under the 20-point program taken by Indira Gandhi for the welfare of poor people. Critics of emergency point out that most of these promises by the government remain unfulfilled. जितने भी आलोचक थे, अपोजिशन पार्टी थी, उन्होंने कहा कि जिन मुद्दों को लेकर इमरजेंसी को लगाया गया, ये जितने भी मुद्दे थे वो कांग्रेस पार्टी के द्वारा पूरे नहीं किए गए. Now the next, that the lessons of the emergency, good lessons or bad lessons. As you know that during emergency all the fundamental rights were taken away by the government of the people. Now the people become aware regarding the value of fundamental rights. So let us discuss that what lessons the Indian learned from emergency. The emergency at once brought out both the weaknesses and the strengths of India's democracy. Both things, भारत देश के लोकतंत्र की कमियां और ताकत दोनों ही उजागर हो गई. किसके कारण से? इमरजेंसी के कारण से. One lesson of emergency is that it is extremely difficult to do away democracy in India. After 18 months, in 1977 general election, the Indian National Congress was punished by the people of India, and Indian National Congress was defeated by the people, by the hands of people, and Janata Party won the 6th general election of 1977. Secondly, it brought some ambiguities. Ambiguities means aspashtata regarding the emergency provision in the constitution that have been rectified since. Now, internal emergency can be proclaimed only on the grounds of armed rebellion. सशस्त्र अगर विद्रोह होता है तभी देश के अंदर इंटरनल रीजन से आज इमरजेंसी लगाया जा सकता है. एंड इट इज नेसेसरी दैट द एडवाइस टू द प्रेसिडेंट टू प्रोक्लेम इमरजेंसी मस्ट बी गिवन इन राइटिंग बाय द काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर. इन 1975 orally Prime Minister ordered to the president to impose emergency over India. But after emergency, the Supreme Court took so many initiatives to protect the fundamental rights of the people and change some laws in the Indian constitution regarding the imposition of emergency. Thirdly, the emergency made everyone more aware of the value of civil liberties. Now the people, they came to know that what is the value of civil liberties in our life. लोगों को मौलिक अधिकारों के बारे में पता लगा कि इनकी क्या महत्वता है. The courts too have taken an active role after the emergency in protecting the civil liberties of the individual. So after the emergency, the Supreme Court of India took so many initiatives for the protection of fundamental rights. Now politics after emergency, that what happened after the emergency. I want to tell you that 1 year extension of Lok Sabha and State Assembly was done during emergency in 1975. But after the end of emergency, the next election took place in 1977, and in this election, Indian National Congress defeated by the hands of people in a democratic country. It shows the power of the people, the power of voter in a democratic country like India. Now let us discuss that politics after emergency. For the first time since independence, from 1951 to 1977, on the central level, there was always the rule of one party, that is Indian National Congress. The Congress was defeated in the Lok Sabha election, and Congress could win only 154 seats in the Lok Sabha. Now next government was formed, that was the Janata government. The Janata Party came to power in 1977 election, and the slogan was given by Janata Party in this election, Save Democracy, because this election was contested by Janata government against the emergency. After the election, there was stiff competition. After the winning of Janata Party government, after the winning of Janata Party, there were 3 people who were in the race of Prime Minister. First, Morarji Desai, Chaudhary Charan Singh, the farmer leader, and Jagjeevan Ram. Eventually, Morarji Desai became the Prime Minister. I want to tell you 2 things. Youngest Prime Minister of India was Rajiv Gandhi, and eldest Prime Minister of India, Morarji Desai. सबसे ज़्यादा उम्र में अगर कोई देश के प्रधानमंत्री बने, Morarji Desai. Morarji Desai did not complete full term of Prime Ministership and was succeeded by Chaudhary Charan Singh. 5 साल का टर्म होता है लोकसभा का, लेकिन ये कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाए, और मोरारजी देसाई के बाद चौधरी चरण सिंह देश के क्या बने, प्रधानमंत्री बने. ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ ए कॉमन प्रोग्राम एंड ए constant direction, inability to change Congress policies, and splits within the party led to mid-term election in 1980. I want to tell you one thing, that types of election. There are 3 types of election: general election, mid-election, and by-election. General election after 5 years for Lok Sabha and State Assembly. Mid-election, when a government do not complete its tenure of 5 years, then fresh elections are held for choosing the new government, that is mid-election. And by-election is held due to the resignation of elected representative and due to the death of that elected representative. So in 1980 again India faced the 7th Lok Sabha election. Why? Because there was a clash within the Janata Party, because Janata Party was not a single party, it was the alliance and the coalition of the different political party. They don't have any capacity to change the policies of the Indian National Congress Party, and there were many splits in the Janata Party. So after 1977, in 1980 the 7th Lok Sabha elections were held, and alliance of Indian National Congress Party 374 seats, 353 seats won by Indian National Congress, and Janata Party Secular JDS won 41 seats. In that election the alliance got 374 seats, and again Shrimati Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India. So it is your 6th chapter, the crisis of the democratic order. I hope that you understand and watch this video and like and subscribe. Thank you and have a nice day.